Good morning, everyone. Shalene Davis here from the Fit Mom's Journey. So if you saw the chicken salad video or the buffalo chicken video, this one is kind of linked to that. So this is about a month and a half in the past. We are going to take you with me while I can up some chicken. So here I'm just trying to cube them up and kind of remove any of the gristly parts or any of the parts that are just not pleasant in your canned chicken. You don't have to do this, but it does make a better overall final product. So I would recommend it. I've only canned chicken twice, but we've loved it and we've went through it pretty quickly. So if you have a pressure canner, try this. You start off by just kind of looking at where the veins and all the cartilage and everything. I don't even know if those are the proper terms for that, but we are going to cut all that extra stuff off. I'm not sure if it's necessary or not. It's just something I feel good about doing. And then I'm kind of trying to cut them into 1 to 2 inch chunks. If you see, I've already got quite a bit done so far, but that's okay. I didn't figure you wanted to be with me while I cut up 50 pounds of chicken. So yeah, I'm just trying to kind of cut some of this extra little tough stuff off. I plan on making some bone broth. I have some bones in my freezer and I plan on making some bone broth. So I will just throw all this in there with it and it'll just give it extra chicken flavor. Plus I'm not wasting all this, and you strain your bone broth anyway, so all of this will just come out. So it'd be a great way to use it and get a second use out of it instead of just throwing it in the trash. Like I said, about 1 inch pieces, might be a little bigger than that. I've got another bowl over here that I did, almost like you would do in a crock pot or something like that. So just be aware of that. The texture is going to be like that, but if you never had canned chicken, you don't know that, but it's still so convenient and it's shelf stable, and it's always good to have some protein on your shelf that is not going to go bad if your freezer goes bad. So I have a freezer full of meat, but I'm at the mercy of it working. So I do have alarms on my freezer, so that does make me feel a little bit better about stocking my freezer a little bit more, but you still just never know. All we can do is just do the best that we can and try to provide for our families and prepare just as much as we can. So my family, if they look at it, they say they don't like the canned chicken, but when they try it, they don't have any problem with it. So it doesn't look as appetizing, but any canned chicken doesn't look appetizing if you've ever bought it before. So tastes just fine. It's really good in buffalo chicken dip. It's really good in chicken salad. Like I said, you can throw it in a white chicken chili. That's really good. I bet any kind of taco soup with chicken, or there's so many soups out there with chicken. Just regular chicken noodle soup you could probably do. I would think that anywhere you would use a rotisserie chicken, anywhere you would use a regular shredded chicken, you can totally use this for. So, and one other thing I've been loving to do is when I buy a bunch of chicken on sale, I actually like to go ahead and just cut it up into little cubes, because most of the time when I'm making a chicken Alfredo or chicken stir fry or something like that, then I need cubes anyway. And when it's a busy weeknight and I don't want to cook, or I don't want to cut up all that chicken before I can cook it, it's so convenient. So whatever I don't use of this to can, I will be actually just freezing them in these little cubes. So that'll be super convenient for me for later on. I am planning on trying to learn how to grill this year. I've never done that before. My husband always does the grilling. I want to get a charcoal grill, I think, so I feel better about. I just don't want to have to fight with the charcoal, and I want to be able to just turn on. Did I say charcoal grill? I meant propane grill. I want to get a propane grill so that I can just, on a weeknight, if I want to cook something on the grill, I can totally do it, and I don't have to fight with charcoal because I don't like charcoal. So I'll let my husband do the charcoal and I will do the propane. You know of any good 2-in-1, that's what we're actually looking at, is like a 2-in-1 grill, because I think that just having one grill and being able to either one of us use it, I think is a great idea. Okay, good morning friends, it's a new day. As you see, I'm a little late to the filming process. I've got all this chicken ready to go. I'm going to show you the last one. And I've just put some chicken in there. And the recipe that I show says not to add any water. So you pack it down in there. It says 1-inch headspace. So I'm going to pull that out. Don't mind my dog, she's fun. And it says 1-inch headspace. So if you can kind of see, there might be ones I have to add like a little bit to. 1 inch is pretty much the rim, like the bottom of the rim. So I had big pieces in my other jars. So I'm gonna add some small pieces in there to kind of even it all out. So yeah, mine can fit 20 is what it says. So 20 pints. And so it looks like I'm gonna have a little bit left over because I'm not running 2 batches just for a little bit of chicken. So I will freeze this. So come along with me. And you want to make sure that you take soapy water and wipe the rims. So any of those chicken juices that would have gotten on there, you're erasing that so I can get a good seal. And yes, if I had my tripod, it would be much better. But then you just place the lids on one by one. You have to have new canning lids. So these are all brand new jars, brand new lids. Because I knew I was going to do this and I wanted to invest into my canning future. These are Ball. Got them at Walmart. Okay. And then you just take and you press. You just want to finger tighten it. You do not want to use your whole hand and tweak it down. Now, I am going to have some of them where you fill the water up to the 1-inch headspace, because I don't know. Some people recommend that, and I'm going to try some different things. So come along with me. Now we're just going to put one of these lids on here and line it up good. And stick it in my jar. Okay, I've got my pressure canner coming up to temperature. So what's going to happen is here in just a little bit, there's going to be steam that shoots out of here. You have to let that go for 10 minutes and then you can put the weight on. We are at the altitude where we have to process for 11 pounds of pressure for 75 minutes because it's a pint. So that is what we're going to do. In the meantime, I'm just doing a little cleanup. So I take this Method Anti-Bac. It's actually a bathroom cleaner, but it works really good on, trying to disinfect from chicken, because we all know chicken is great for bacteria and all of that. So I actually sprayed it earlier and I kind of let it sit for a little bit, but I sprayed it again so I can wipe it. And then I just have all these dishes. So I think what I'm actually going to do, because it was raw chicken and I don't want to mess with any of that, I'm just going to go ahead and unload my dishwasher real quick. Put all of that away. Don't mind the SpaghettiOs from my son last night. And then I'm going to just load all of this in the dishwasher because it's raw chicken and you just, I don't know. But I feel better about having it sanitized with really, really hot water in my dishwasher. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I'm even going to spray my sink because there's a lot of raw stuff around it. So, with disinfectants, you're supposed to let them sit. So I'm going to let them sit, let my stuff soak, and then I'll start my dishwasher. Meanwhile, I'm just going to clean up. I'm going to put my new lids up because they are still good. And if you know about canning, that canning is getting very expensive. And so you want to keep your new lids if you can. So that's my plan to do that. So I'm going to dry them off real quick. And then I keep a bag of used and new lids. So I'm gonna put this in here with the new lids, and we'll be ready to go for next time. Last time I canned some beans, and you know what? It's one of the most convenient, easy things. That's one of those things. I think that and chicken will be something I will can forever. Well, of course, maybe pasta sauce too, because we have his grandpa's recipe finally after 17 years. And so I think I'm just gonna can up a big pot of it. I guess it would. It has parsley in it, but I bet, I mean, you cook it down first, so I would bet that it would probably be just fine. So this is my little canning stash. Not much, I'm just a beginner canner, but I'm loving it, and I'm gonna keep doing it and keep building up my stash as I go. So this is exciting. We're almost starting to steam. It's all a waiting game with the pressure canner, so just be patient. I've got my coffee, I've got my water, and I'm just gonna sit here and just watch for it to steam. Okay friends, I forgot to follow you up with that step. So it came out for 10 minutes, the pressure came out, and now I put that thing on there. This little guy popped up, which is a good sign. So now we just come to 11 pounds of pressure, and then you have to hold it at 11 pounds of pressure for 75 minutes. It can go above 11 pounds of pressure, but do not go below where they say you have to start over. So, never done that. It would be super frustrating. So if you do have to adjust your stove, do it in little increments. You'll see that most of the time it's usually on like 14, 15, because I can't keep it regulated. I'm too scared to go below. So here we go. Okay, so it did not take very long for it to go from 11 to 15. So I've already had to adjust this back down a couple different times, and I'm trying to keep it in like the 12, 13 range, but I do have difficulties with it, but that's okay. As long as it doesn't go below 11, it'll work either way. It does make me nervous, so I do keep adjusting it. Okay guys, it's the next morning. We've canned our chicken. We've had it sitting out all night. Usually want to set it out for about 24 hours. So I've got these over here that I've already cleaned and removed the rings for. They are ready to go. I've got these I still need to do. So I'm just taking a hot soapy rag and just kind of wiping the top, making sure that the top is pushed in. You want to make sure that it is actually sealed. So just clean off some of the residue around the bottom, but you guys, canned chicken is so convenient, and oh my goodness, so much more healthier than the regular store-bought canned chicken. I think we kind of went over the ingredients, but if you have a pressure canner, do not be afraid to can some chicken. Thank you very much for joining me. All right, bye.